So, welcome back. My name is Mace, and this here is my Rover 100 pickup that we are converting into an Alfa Romeo powered pickup. Coilovers and all the gubbins that we probably shouldn't need, but we want it anyway. But before we get started, I actually collected my next project car last week. I said it's nothing majorly exciting. It's nothing big or fancy. But it's going to be quite an enjoyable project. It won't be as in-depth as a Metro because there's a lot of components that we can actually modify to fit in its original places. So what we're going to do is I'll give you a walk around of it, and then we've got to put it in its corner because it's currently in the way, and then we'll get cracking with the Metro. Let's get cracking. So here it is. This is my 1992 Nissan Micra. So all the front end's been taken apart. Still got the headlights, which is quite happy about. Sitting right down because there's no suspension on the car at all. Still got the full interior, so if anyone wants an interior out of 92 Micra, let me know. Obviously as we come down the front, all the engine and that's gone, but with what I want to do so it doesn't actually matter. So, but I'm not saying anything, so we'll leave that for now. Some people already know. It's still got the headlights, which was probably the more expensive part I had to try and find. Everything else seems to be quite cheap. This is this part here, this is a bit rotten and that. For what I can see from underneath the car, there's not actually that much rot in it. There's a couple of patches that have been done by someone, previous owners maybe, about it. We did put a dent in it when we got it off the truck, unfortunately, but where it is actually quite an easy place to push out, so I'm quite happy with that. I'm not too fussed about that. It's nothing major as we come around the back. Let's see, so this is the next project car after the Metro is done, but for now we're going to put it in the corner and we'll crack on with the Metro. So, as you saw, that was a palaver, especially by myself. It's there now, that's where it's going to stay, obviously, until the Metro's finished. We may move it around when we're doing body work and that, so it's not getting covered in shit. This corner here, when I had it lifted up, obviously there's a dent there from where it slid onto the forks on the truck, but it can't be helped. There's actually a big patch of rust, so what we will be doing when we get around to it is we're actually going to replace all the sails and the main chassis legs. There is a reason, I'm not going to tell you too much, but basically I wanted to get it into its place, give you a show of what our next project is. Obviously we've got the Metro, we've got to do the bike, and then this will be the next one we crack onto. But it's going to be big power and something little, so that's all I'm going to give you. So let's crack on with this brief subframe for the Metro. So, Micro's in this new home. So basically we've come back now to the subframe. I'm going to throw a wheel on just to see if we've made enough clearance on this bracket here. Also I forgot about trailing arms, torsion arms, not quite sure what they are. They're not actually adjustable, I was sort of like, right, okay, fair enough. But basically they need to go from there, back here somewhere. Obviously I know I've got to shorten them, so what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to buy a better pair, but just to get to the point where the car is actually on the road, I'm going to see if I can find a big pair of adjustable ones. Might be a bit better actually. What I'm going to do is I'm probably going to cut it, button back together, weld them up, a nice big butt weld, and then more likely what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually get a collar and just wrap a collar around it and then weld the collar in place and drill some holes through it. It's not ideal, I know it's not 100% safe, but I will find some better ones and shorter ones. Obviously once we've got it all measured up and we've got them cut down to size, I know the size I need to find if we can maybe get some manufactured. So what we're going to do now is we're going to lift it up and basically fit the trailer arm in there and see how much we need to cut off before we flip the subframe over. So, as you can see, we've made these into some nice little boxes. The sides are made out of 10 and the top is basically, I think it's a 6mm plate, which is quite strong. We will, depending on, I don't think it's going to go anywhere, but I might throw a gusset from sort of there to there maybe. I'm unsure yet, we will see. The main thing for today is actually trying to finish this, so I don't want to wasting too much time doing things that maybe could have been done at a later date, but I've done it now, so it's done. What we're going to move on to now is these bars at the back here need a brace. All three of them need a bracing piece. So we're going to run triangles. I'm going to hopefully do it so it's actually a nice equal pattern. So we're going to go to that side now, we're going to do that, and then we'll be making the fuel tank, basically welding in the plates for the fuel tank, and it should be this rear subframe finish for now. So let's get cracking. So then, as you just saw, we've just made all that lovely bracing. I'm dead chuffed with that. Looks really good. I think it is slightly more over to the one side than it is the other, but it's nothing major. I'm quite happy with it. It's just there to give it a bit more rigidity and strength. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to flip it over, because there's some brackets, there's some stuff I need to weld on the underside. Well, it's just one weld really, but it's got to be a big heaping weld. So we're going to flip it over, weld that, and then we'll put in our cross supports for the tank. So, as you just saw, we managed to get all of the welding that we need to do on that rear subframe done today. We got the cross braces in, which basically just had a bit more rigidity to it. It didn't need it, but I just wanted them there. They look really cool when you're underneath the car as well. Dead chuffed with how the torsion bar holders come out. I'm really happy with them. They look really good. They won't interfere with anything either the way that they are, so I'm really chuffed with them. We've also just thrown that cross brace in, as you saw, so basically that bar now is what the tank should hopefully rest on. Now I'm going to run some foam tape down it and around the outside of the tank as well, just in case. There's some little more plates to make for this, but for the subframe we are done. So next weekend we'll be finishing that roll cage, putting the rear subframe back in, putting the wheels back on the car, getting it spun round, and then we'll be starting work on the engine next week. So, well no it won't, it'll be the week after actually, sorry. So, for all of us at Smoking Retros, I hope you're all enjoying the videos. Hit the like button, drop a comment, and feel free to subscribe. We'll see you next time.